하이. 제목을 보면 알겠지만 국번권 Super Big Chance. 잠깐, 비디오가 길면 길수록 좋아서 다시 하겠다. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, включайте уведомления. 김이나 주고! 내 사람들 덕분에 드디어 광고가 생겼다. 정말 고마워. 코멘트에 서른 시절에 태어나지도 않아 있으면서 왜 서른 사람이냐? 라는 녀석들이 있는데 그럼 헬조선 하는 이들은 조선 사람이냐? 안 그래도 오늘은 옛날 이야기를 할 것이다. 내 생각을도 진지하게 전하고 전 세계 사람들에게 이 이슈를 알리기 위해 연어로 말합니다. You must know that Korean young women were forced by sexual slavery by the Imperial Japanese Army during the Second World War. And also, Japanese conducted forced labor and even human experimentation. Korea constantly demanded apology and compensation, but could not hear any answer. After South Korean Supreme Court's recent ruling that Japan has to compensate the victims, the Abe administration has decided not to export three key parts needed for Korean semiconductor industry. On the surface, the Abe administration insisted that semiconductor parts from Japan had been brought to North Korea via South Korea, and it could be used for military purposes, such as for the development of chemical weapons. This seems bullshit. 아베는 럭키도 안할 개소리를 하고 있다. They kidnapped young women for sexual slavery, and also they performed invasive surgery on prisoners without removing their organs, without anesthesia and stuff. And did they say that everything has been solved since 1965 Korean-Japan Treaty? Even they did not make any apology, but since the treaty was made, so it's all settled? 죽서도 그렇게는 못한다. There are also perspectives that boycotts and historical issues should be looked at separately. Of course, it can be a little dangerous to relate boycott with too much historical issues. Too emotional feelings can cloud the essential of this problem. But the way I see it is not separate. It's pretty complicated things. It is obvious that Japan had brought historical issues to economical retaliation first. It should be viewed objectively. I'm not just trying to make money out of hot issue. 반은 맞는데. You may ask, why is Russia talking about Far East Asian political conflicts? But I would say that I have right to say that because I majored in Oriental Studies. I studied historical things about Far East Asia a lot, especially Korea and Japan. In addition, the title of my 졸업 논문 is How Korean People Think About Japanese People in Mass Culture, and even conducted a survey of about 200 Korean. And there were a lot of requests to me to deal with this topic. Since it's really important matter, so I won't say anything like we have to break the 뚝배기, appealing to emotions. 끼고 싶긴 한데 I'm not talking that Japanese are bad, nor is to talk that those who don't take part in the boycott are bad or wrong. They are just worrying about prolonged trade war. Of course it's wrong to discriminate against Korean who visits Japan, or Japanese who comes to Korea. Innocent people on both sides should not be harmed. 우리 한국 사람들끼리 싸울 때가 아니다. Frankly speaking, both countries have damage. Korea needs time to replace their semiconductor parts, and Japan has a severe damage to their local economy. However, we should know that no perfect solution exists in any political problem. Nevertheless, I think it's really cool that Koreans unite and want Japan, rather than just depend on their government. especially given that Japanese economy relies heavily on Korean tourists. There are a growing number of people in Japan who opposes the Abe administration. I think it's enough to deal a blow to the Abe administration. 러시아도 일본이랑 싸워봤다. 그때는 일본이 살짝 강했는데 지금은 러시아 좀 더 강한 것 같다. Air Force, Marine, 합의. 우리가 최소 포스모스 취약하게 된 거 미안해. 하지만 한국 사람들 잘 쓰기 때문에 잘 해결될 것이다. 일본 정부가 과거에 대해 반성한다면 모두에게 시너지가 될 것이다. 그럼 봐줘서 감사. 그리고 앞으로는 관광 스키바는 누르지 마십시오. 부탁합니다.